What's up, everybody? I saw an ad on Facebook today that was advertising this game called like Chipo or something like that. So it was basically like a cornhole board almost with like multiple holes, and it was for you would chip, with a golf club. You would chip and try to make it in the hole. It was like a fun game, but I wasn't gonna buy that. But I was like, I could make it. So today we're gonna try to make our own Chipo board for the first time. What I'm going to be using for this is an old piece of like Walmart put together yourself furniture. I keep these because you could use them for dumb stuff like this. It's very thin. I could place it like that. I used a old wood stain can to mark out some circles. So I have the top one and these two, just random holes I'm gonna make. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drill. So I don't have a hole saw big enough for this, so I'm gonna drill some pilot holes and then cut it out with my jigsaw. I'm gonna use a rough wood bit because it doesn't really matter at all how perfect the hole is because it's gonna be covered with turf anyway. Speaking of turf, I did a piece of my yard with some artificial turf not long ago, or maybe a little over a year ago, so I have a lot left over. The bad part is the part I have left is barely not wide enough. So I'm gonna have to cut another strip to put on, like that much to put on the side. It bothers me, but I'm gonna have to do it. And I know what you're thinking, it's longer grass. That's not meant for any kind of golf. It's not like green, it's not real short, but it doesn't matter. It's Chipo, you make it in the hole or you don't make it in the hole. It's like I'm putting the ball across this. So that's why I'm gonna be using this. Should work just fine. 5:58, it's about 6 o'clock. Let's see how long this will take us. Sorry if the video quality is bad. I'm using my very affordable unlocked phone off Amazon. Ready to cut. Very sloppy, as I said it would be, but it doesn't matter. Turf's going over it. This is a quick build, like I mentioned before. I didn't measure. I just kind of eyed about how tall I wanted the back legs to be. I'm gonna cut one, and then I'll just use the other one as my mark to cut the second. And there we have it. We got two cuts, about the same. Winging it. We're gonna make the cuts for the angles after we put them on the board. Don't feel like spending a lot of time on getting this perfect. So what I'm gonna do is just put my two pilot holes for the screws where the legs are gonna go on top. Gonna eyeball them, and then I'll just kind of poke through, put them behind, and I'll poke the bit through just to get a mark where and then I'll put my pilot holes in these individually, sink some screws. Now to get the angles of the legs, instead of doing all kind of hard stuff, I'm just going to angle it up on this table about how I want it. I'm going to want it angled about the right angle. Now I'm going to use my table, since the table's level, to make my mark for the angular cut. If you're wondering how I'm going to manage to cut this since I already screwed them on, well, I didn't think about that. And this will probably be easier than doing all that measuring anyway. I'm just gonna angle my saw and then lay it like that. See? Okay, now this whole thing is truly sloppy. I will say that. Wobbles a little bit. Maybe you should measure it, but no one's standing on it or anything. We're just gonna be standalone ball going in, so it doesn't really matter. Front looks sloppy, but like I said, the turf is going to be on top of it. So now we're at 6:24, so we spent roughly 24 minutes on this so far. And really and truly, if you don't have turf, you can play this like it is. It'll just bounce really hard off if you miss the hole. So that's that if you don't have turf. If you do, stick around and see what it looks like with the turf. You don't have to get that expensive stuff. You can get the cheap, little thin green stuff that's super cheap at Lowe's. Grass over top. Had about where I wanted it. Then I screwed it down first. Keep it. Had it where I want it. Put some screws in. Use the corner of the board cut. Same thing for the little patch over here, about that wide. Same thing. Cut. So now, try to put the seam together by pushing the grass over each other. Barely tell it's two pieces. Looks pretty good. Push through. Now I'm gonna cut these holes out with my knife and we should be good to go. So, all in all, it took me about 30 minutes. That's with trying to video and everything. So, should take you no more than 15-20 minutes. Okay, that's it with the holes. This thing looks ridiculous, but we did do it fairly quickly. So, that was the goal, right? I don't have anything to catch the ball. I guess if I wanted to, I could get some PVC pipe that fit, pushed it down and glued it around there to catch the ball. But, I mean, honestly, you're going to see exactly which hole it goes in if you're playing with a friend. Especially if it's in some actual grass, it won't go far. And I know some of the holes are a lot smaller, but it's just because the grass is laying over. See, so what I might do is get a lighter and burn that grass that's laying over around so the holes are more open. But that's about it, man. Now, I guess I'll try it out. I'll go get a piece of my fake grass, lay it down on my concrete, and see if I can't chip away. Okay, hello everyone. As you saw, I just finished. I didn't cut a piece of the grass yet to chip off of. I just kind of laid it out. I'll cut one later. I'm just going to show you about how the game works. Do not make fun of me. I'm not a golf player. I will probably miss terribly if I even get remotely close. It'll be better over time playing this with my buddies. Well, I wasn't close, but you get it.